Hello, welcome back to Big Body, Bigger Mouth, the show that will make you laugh, cry, and question whether or not me, Kelsey Belcher, your host, should be allowed on the internet. I have two guests today. We got Drew producing today.
What's up, all?
And we have my wonderful, beautiful best friend, Miss Erin Moss.
Hey, guys.
So this is the first guest, so let's see. Don't be too hard on her.
I'm pretty cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So,
Erin's pretty cool. She's
I'm friends with Kelsey, so.
Duh.
She's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, right. I don't hang out with losers. But yeah, so we have a fun show. We're just kind of winging it. Winging it. We're not winging anything today. We are winging it.
Yeah.
So, but we hope you enjoy. We have some fun stories about our friendship and what it means to be female friends and growing up together and stupid high school and it all.
Stupid high school.
I wish we went to middle school together.
I think we would have clicked a lot earlier.
I think so. Yeah. We went to stupid high school and that was
stupid high school.
Well, you know, Kels, so we could pay some bills.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to go ahead and steal the mic from you for a minute.
Yeah,
so,
please do.
Folks, check it out. This episode is sponsored by DCCS, that's Dynamic Conversion Consulting Services. Single point of communication for multiple services. You're looking for real estate, insurance, technology, human resource, talent management, and academy. If you're interested in any of those products, info at godccs.com. That's info at godccs.com. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Drew. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check our live tab to see all of our new videos at 216 Creator Studios on youtube.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
That always works.
So,
She's already laughing at you.
We're like, ooh.
This is going to be a fun episode. I can feel it a mile away.
So let's throw it back. So how long have we been friends?
Well, we met freshman year.
Yes.
But we didn't become close till out of high school, actually.
Right.
We were discussing that this morning.
Yeah, we actually were on FaceTime this morning. We were like, how did we become besties?
Yeah, because we were trying to think about it. It's just like, we can't pinpoint the exact moment.
Right.
But it happened.
It felt like forever.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No,
a good forever, not like a, it's felt like
No,
forever.
it definitely feels like we've known each other a lot longer than we have. So
well, we were discussing this even more the other day. Me and Erin hang out a lot. We hang out, we FaceTime all day long.
Yep.
But I was thinking like we've just always been kind of soul connected. I kind of felt like once we got close, it was just kind of like a like I knew like you were stuck with me. Yeah. We actually have matching tattoos.
Yes, we do.
We have these cute little like swords
It's this one
that Erin got me for my 20th birthday.
So were you guys drunk when that all went down?
Actually, we surprisingly we were sober, and back then we were drinking a lot. It was like every weekend we would get like hammered off Pink Whitney.
Yep.
And then like a bunch of bad decisions would happen.
I mean, that's what a breakup does to you. So.
Yeah, true. Erin was fresh off a breakup and I'm just been single forever. So
it shows you that I don't drink because I have no idea what the hell a Pink Whitney is.
Don't. It's poison.
And on the bottle it says made to give you bad decisions.
Dude, made to fuck you up. Like I remember this one time I went to this party. It was like a costume party. And you know that song WAP?
Oh yeah.
That Wet Ass Pussy song. Okay, so there's a line in it that says certified freak. So I went to Spirit Halloween and I got their only plus size SWAT team outfit and I ironed on the back certified freak because that's fucking hilarious.
That is.
And it burned a hole through it. And so my butthole was like out essentially. And then I put stickers on it. They all fell off. And basically Pink Whitney comes in because I was like 18 at the time. Don't underage drink, people. But anyway, I was like 18 or 19 and someone like was getting liquor. So I was like, get me a bottle of Pink Whitney because it's like cheap and it gets you like fucked up.
Was it the creepy guy standing in front of 7-Eleven or something? Like, hey,
honestly,
listen,
I don't
man,
know how they got it because everyone else there was 18 too.
Oh.
So it's like, who got it?
Gotta be a parent or something.
Well, no, I think they went to that Moe's. I don't know. There's like some liquor store that sells.
We're
like,
just gonna
13
drop the name
What was
out there
it
so
about?
they get
No.
get shut down. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, no, I think his name is Mo.
Oh, okay.
Mo.
Oh,
But I don't
okay.
know what
Gotcha.
that. I don't
Okay,
know where
okay.
he resides.
Oh,
but
no, I know who exactly.
Yeah,
I've
no,
heard about this guy.
yeah.
I've heard about this guy.
So
Run, Mo, run.
yeah. So they get me a bottle of Pink Whitney, and I remember I shared it with like these two guys. Like I gave them like a cup full, and I was talking to this guy for like 2 years at the time who was there, and he's like a big piece of shit. So he had pissed me off, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I like unscrewed the top and like,
Oh my
and I
God.
drink it. I got there at 8:00. I was blackout drunk by 8:30.
Oh,
I
boy.
finished like the whole bottle, which is like, how am I here? Could have died. And I got so drunk. All I remember is I kissed these two girls. Don't know who they are. I seriously don't remember even their names. And I fell on the floor, and some guy spanked me and put me in handcuffs. Who
Wow.
are you? What are you doing? And then I somehow went to the bathroom, took this whole, and it was like one of those skin tight, like morph suit kind of things. Somehow I took it off, put on Corona boxers and a tank top, free boobin, no bra. And I woke up the next morning, my left titty was out, and I felt a draft down south.
Oh boy.
And I literally woke up on the couch, and I was like, and this guy, I saw this guy steal. Like he I don't know who it was, but no, he literally did. He was like, all right.
Right in front of you?
Yes, and he left. And then someone woke
Did you
up.
know you were awake?
No,
Oh,
he didn't steal my shit, so I didn't
think
stop
he
him.
gave a fuck.
I am so afraid to ever party with you.
Dude, and like I don't party with those people anymore because it got crazy. But do you know whose party it was?
Like I swear I've heard this story before.
I'll tell you after. But once you know, you'll be like, oh
yeah. No, I definitely
Do not try this at home, folks. Do not try
Yeah.
this at home. We do not condone
Not
this.
So
recommended.
yeah, he stole like a bunch of people's vapes, and then everyone woke up and they were like, "Dude, where'd my shit go?" And I was like,
You're like, I have my own problems right now.
I'm like, dude, I'm pretty much naked on this couch, and there's 30 people in this
I
living
have
room.
other things to worry about.
Right.
Right.
Like erasing my digital footprint because at one point I felt like a flash on me, and I'm like,
Oh boy.
so if anyone sees a picture of my hoo-ha, please let me know. Like me sprawled out on that couch. But anyway, Pink
That's
Whitney.
a scary story. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little scared right now.
That was those were the
That's a
times.
low-
That was
You-
definitely bad.
It was a
decision
low
making.
time. It was a low time. That's basically the moral of that story is that's what Pink Whitney does to you.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, never do that. Got it.
No, it's literally like every 17 through like 18-year-old woman only drinks Pink Whitney. Because it's sponsored by the NHL, right? Some hockey team
No idea.
created it, and it's just like pink lemonade vodka.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We'll
Who
just say
knows?
allegedly.
Don't sue me, NHL.
Right.
I don't know.
We don't know here.
But
Right.
and it's only $13, and it's like what 70 proof or some stupid
So,
shit.
you know,
Yeah.
this is going to show my age a little bit once again on your show. So I'm hitting 50 this year, right?
Congrats.
Thanks. I woke up, there was no toe tag. So it's so when I was that age, you know, we did Boone's Farm and Mad Dog 2020. And that's going to be the comparison.
What's that?
So that's exactly what you're
Did
describing.
you say Doom Dog?
It is Boone's Farm and Mad Dog. You combine those two.
I was like,
Mad
what is
Dog.
Doom Dog?
Mad Dog 2020 is the worst hangover waiting to happen.
Right.
It is so cheap.
It's like you'd
it's
wish
so
you're dead
garbage.
type
Oh
shit.
yeah, yeah. But that's what you can get your hands on, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, listen, when we were coming out of our teenage years, if it was vanilla extract, we would drink in volume.
right. If someone's like, this will get you fucked
Right.
up, you're like, give it to
Do
me.
this, right? That's when I want to say, if I don't know if you know what GHB was, that was what the date rape drug was back in the day, and it would knock you out. They would make them by the gallons, right? And then you would take a cap of that and add a whole glass of water to it to dilute it.
Oh,
I knew people that were just slugging out of this.
that's crazy.
Right. And then they would like get an ambulance to the bar because they were kicking chicken on the floor. and then realizing that they shouldn't have done that, right? So
Damn.
there was a lot of weird stuff when I was growing up too. So I could
Right.
relate. Yeah,
I
a
was
lot,
gonna
of,
say-
lot of bad decision making happening.
Yeah, I feel like the new date rape drug is Pink Whitney.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Like, enough of it? Like, tell me that have you ever drank Pink Whitney in a night and not blacking out? Even if you drink like a
Wow.
glass of it.
No, I've made some very questionable mistakes.
It should be a warning on the label, like you, Pink Whitney, you get some and not know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
was gonna say we'll end up naked and no remembrance
Right.
of the night.
Right. Congratulations, you got laid, but you didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's
You're
like
walking funny for a reason.
right. And then it's like BetterHelp on the bottom. This drink is sponsored by BetterHelp Therapy.
That's right. That's right.
They should sponsor us. I
They
think
should.
about it and I'm like, if you're mentally ill, you watch my show. And I'm mentally ill, so BetterHelp sponsor us.
Right.
Well, I that might not be like the go-to. Like, well, if we're sponsoring them, she needs to go through our therapy courses, and her show would be so innocent she'd have no following.
Yeah, this is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we have go ahead. Drew, I'm
I have a
sorry.
question. So I
Yeah,
have a
please.
question. This goes back to the besties, right?
Yes.
So in my life, I carry like a stepping stone process for friends because you just don't know like who somebody is until you really get to learn them, and then the true colors really show, right?
Yeah, true.
So I have you are an acquaintance, to you are a friend, to you are a best friend, to you are my family.
Right.
Is that how do you guys rate that nowadays? What do you guys do?
I feel like it's different in female friends because I
Mhm.
feel like you have like party friends or you have like friends that are friends of a friend. You know what I mean?
I don't really have. You do because you're very outgoing. I'm closed off. So like,
Right.
Introvert?
yes.
Okay.
So it's like it's either they're my best friend and family, or I don't talk to them. They're
Right.
an acquaintance. If I see them out, I probably won't even say. hi.
Earn your stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Right. I think it's definitely like depends on the person. Like for me, if I meet you one time, you're my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
But it's like you're their best friend or family. Like I consider Erin family for sure.
Mhm.
But it's like I've met people who I thought were best friends and then I realized they were like temporary friends.
Mm.
But for me, it's like the more the merrier for friends. Like I'll literally meet you one time and I'm like, hey girl, and like we become friends.
I
Like
got you.
so I think it just depends on your level of like
How much
introversy.
trust do you put into the word friend? So if you meet someone for the first time and now they're your friend, how much do you really trust them as a friend, or do they
Right.
need to hit another level of friendship before that trust really happens?
I feel like you share a lot of your surface stuff with a lot of people.
I was gonna say, I feel like I honestly put too much trust in people. Like I'm very like, if I meet you and I get a good vibe, I trust you.
You're like, hold this $1 million in my baby.
Yeah.
No, I don't know you.
Right.
I mean,
like
where does that? Is there a limit? You know what I mean?
I feel like there's certain things I won't share. Like I'll share like Erin said, I'm kind of like I'm just like an open book.
You're transparent.
You know, like I tell it how it is, I say how I feel, you know. But there's like certain things I like won't trust you with until later.
Mm.
But that's like regarding like I don't really know. Like I kind of just like I trust you till I don't.
Because
You know what I mean?
Your one thing that you could be closed off with certain people is your mental health, but you're
Yeah.
very open about that.
I am pretty open about my mental health but then there are like certain parts of my mental health that I don't really say how bad it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like I'll say like, oh, like, you know, I have bipolar disorder and like, you know, I've been to a hospital a few times, like whatever, but like I don't get too into it
Mhm.
until later because I don't want people right off the bat to be like, okay, so you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like so you're a
So you're
crackpot.
batshit.
Right.
So you're a crackpot,
Yeah,
basically. And it's like
Lunatic.
right. Like, but when it's like dating, I feel like is where I'm more closed off. You know, like I'm an open book to an extent.
I mean, dating's a whole other. That's
Yeah.
not a friend. I mean, it can be a friend, but
Well, wait a
dating-
minute, though. Our last episode was about a guy in a pickup truck that shit the
Wait.
bed. I mean, come
You're
on.
staying at my sister's?
No.
Not that one. Not that
There's
one.
another
Different-
story?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, Drew, you know better.
But-
There's a
So
million stories.
we can't say that you're closed off because, I mean, I'm like, he like shit the bed. So I finished. I'm like, what?
No, we said shit streak. That's the story.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
No, not the guy-
She had me rolling in tears back here. I just, this is so fun. This
She
show.
came to my house the next day after that, and then I heard it,
did.
and I literally pissed myself with laughter. It was so.
One of our
fucking
guy
funny.
friends, I was like, so he said to get out of bed. I said, okay. And then I just like, my guy friends will
Okay.
say to me, okay.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, it was
it's-
me and Antonio.
yeah,
Now,
and
so-
Brian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So reeling it in a little bit. So from the last show, we
Hmm.
talked about your dad, right?
Yes.
Which him and I sound like we would be friends, to be honest.
Yeah, you guys look very similar as well.
So he's handsome. Got it. I'm just going there with that. So now he heard that story. Did he watch the show?
He didn't.
Okay.
Because he said that he watched 5 minutes and he said, nope.
He
He
wanna
watches
know.
it enough to get a view for me. Like, but once, like, he'll ask me before I put out an episode, he'll be like, hey, can I watch this?
Yeah.
And the one episode that he loved was my fangirl episode.
Okay.
Because I was like talking about our times watching it.
Yeah.
And like, he loved that episode. He like cried a little.
Aw.
But then like other episodes,
Any sexual experiences, he's like,
he's like, I don't
No, I'm good.
like,
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
when I was
get that out of
Right,
here.
right.
literally when I was growing up, my dad always said he was gonna send me to a nunnery.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna send you to a Virgin Mary nunnery, and you're never
That's
gonna.
called a convent.
He's
right.
like, you'll never have relations. Like he's not stupid. Like
Some
he
of the
knows.
best pornos start off like that. Though.
True.
Yeah.
Like he knows that I go on dates, and I'll tell him things, but he doesn't always know the extent of it, and that's like where I'll keep it. But sometimes I try and tell him stuff, like, because I'm an adult now, you know, I can like tell him that. But to him, he's like, I'm gonna throw up.
Would you have your dad on the show?
I would 100% have my dad.
Do
on the
that.
show.
Let's do an episode.
I said for Father's Day
Yeah.
that he should come on, and he's like, I would do
That's
that.
such
Yeah.
a good idea.
And then for Mother's
Just
Day, my
don't-
mom.
Yeah,
Yes.
just don't, you know, you might have to scale it back a little bit.
Yeah, I might
For
have
him,
to.
you know?
We have to like
But-
talk about my childhood.
As he's in front of like up to 35 million people, he's just like staring at the camera going, why did I?
He's like,
I
this
didn't
is my
want to hear
daughter.
it. Right. Yep. That's
But-
mine. Yep.
Hey, she purdy. So Erin and I actually have a story for you.
I love it. Let's hear
I
it.
think I might have told you off air, but I wish we had the video to like edit
Delaney
in.
does.
I know, like later on when I like do a YouTube channel,
Oh,
I'm
God.
posting that video. I don't
Well, I
even
wanna,
care.
before you tell that story, I want to do
Yes.
because I just met Erin today,
Right.
which is she's already awesome, already loved
She's so kick ass.
so I'm going to do a quick room read because I'm great at reading a room.
Okay.
So you remind me of the person that doesn't put up with anybody's bullshit. Love it. Punches the white elephant in the room so you don't have to walk around it.
Mhm.
Right. Obviously you vet out your network and your friendships.
Yeah.
Protecting yourself and protecting their lives. I'm going to assume that, right?
Yeah.
Because you're no nonsense. And then you are probably the friend that once you are your friend for life, good, bad, or ugly.
Loyal as hell.
That
Yeah.
literally is like the
Dang,
perfect
yeah,
Erin
this-
Reed.
yeah.
You know why? Because she reminds me a lot of I do the same thing. It
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of my friends. You look like you could be in my family, to be honest with you, which is awesome. So, are you gonna let her tell the story, or are you gonna tell the story?
I think we're gonna bounce off,
Yeah,
right?
All right. All right. let's hear it.
So I want to start off. I want to also tell the 20 shots of vodka story, and I need you to talk about the
Okay,
bathtub.
okay,
but that'll
okay.
be after.
Okay.
So basically, Erin and I like to do this thing where we're both single, so we will go on dating apps, and match with a guy and be like, "Hey, we're having a party. Come over."
It might not be a party. It might just be me. And
It might just be us, and then we're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like open crib,"
open.
and they're like, and 90% of the time they're like, "All right." And so
Yeah.
they come because guys are low key easy off those
Easy
apps.
enough.
So they're like, okay, whatever. Which I'm easy too. I go there too. but
I don't. But
nah. But
Since you're
Erin's like
always-
on backup when I'm
Yeah.
when I need her.
sitting outside, I know the address already.
Right, watching my location.
Uh-huh.
So there was this one guy in particular, and I am going to name drop him later because he's an asshole. I don't know his last name, but he just has a douchebag name.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Ooh, a segment called douchebag, and then we name drop them. I love it. Let's do that every
Yeah,
episode.
so many.
I have a list, and I'm
Yeah,
like, this guy, this guy.
Today's
This
douchebag is.
guy. We're doing that from now on.
Love it.
Today's douchebag's name is Tyler.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So basically I matched with this guy in a dating app, and we were FaceTiming for like a few days, like maybe like 3 days. And at this point, I pretty much live with Erin. Like, quick sidebar, there was like one winter where like we could not go like 5 hours without seeing each other.
Mhm.
Like, we would both go to work that day, come home, smoke weed, and go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, to her house every night.
Yeah.
We would eat dinner, we would watch TV. I lived
together.
there.
Yeah, she was my roommate.
And so I was there, and I think, he had FaceTime me when he was there, and you're like, oh, he's kind of cute. And I was like, yeah, he's all right, like, whatever. And we're like, we should invite him over this weekend. And we're like, okay, bet. So I texted him, I'm like, hey, do you want to like come to my friends? Like, we're hanging out with a few people. And he's like, okay. So he shows up. That Chevy muffler had to be cut, right?
Pulls up into this boof ass Chevy ass cruise, and I was like, "What?"
But the muffler was cut, right? Like, it had to
so
have
it
been,
sounded
or
loud
it was
as
like
hell, like a truck.
dragging. Yeah.
It was
So he pulls up, he comes in, and we're all like talking, and we start watching like Chowder, right? The cartoon Chowder. Yeah, we were. That was Tyler.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so we were watching Chowder, and we were just like chilling, and we decided to go on a drive.
Yeah, we just took a redirect and was like, let's go on a drive.
Right, but it was supposed to be just him and I. And then he's like,
Yeah.
why doesn't your friend come?
And then I ended up driving.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He was in the back because
Yeah.
we sang Colt 45.
Yeah.
So we're in I saw Afro Man live, by the way. He's amazing. And so we're in the car, and me and Erin are singing, talking, and all of a sudden he like looks at Erin and he goes, are you single? And Erin and I, she's driving, and we just go,
I give her the side eye.
we're literally, we go, like, we're like, what did he just say? And Erin goes, yeah, why? Because Erin protects me with her life. Like, my SEAL Team 6 is like my dad, Erin, and my friend Hunter, and my mom.
Yeah, I'll kill
like,
a bitch.
No, like, Erin has literally like went up to people and been like, you're a twat rocket, I'll kick your ass. Like,
That's my favorite insult, twat rocket.
yeah. And so he asks if she's single, and then he goes inside to the gas station by your house to like
With
grab
me.
with you. And I'm in the car, and I like call my other friend who's at the house, and I'm like, dude, he just fucking asked if Erin was single. And she's like, what the fuck? She's like, why would he ask her that? I'm like, I don't know. So
Wait, there was no thought at all that maybe he had a friend.
no, because he like
In stereo,
no, like he definitely was like hitting on Erin all night. So we
Okay,
were like,
yeah.
there's got to be something going on. So Erin drops us off, and he asked me to go in his car, and I'm like, okay. And we take like a loop around, and he's like, hey, like I gotta ask you something. And so I'm thinking that he's gonna try and kiss me or like be like, let's go out, like whatever. He goes, I actually vibe with your friend more than you. Can I have her Snapchat?
Whoa.
And
Wow.
I literally am like fighting back tears. And I'm like, this loser did not just say that to me.
Mhm.
So I go, no, go fuck yourself. You are not having her Snapchat. But I think I remember I saved his Snapchat to send you because then we started being diabolical.
Yeah, we did some very karmic shit.
Ooh,
We did. So I go inside, I'm crying.
Mm.
I don't want to cry in front of our guy friends. So me, Erin, and our friend Bree were in her bathroom. And I was that damn bathroom. I've slept on the floor of that bathroom twice.
Yeah, I know you have.
Wow.
And I just was crying. And I was like, oh my God. And Erin's like, we're getting this motherfucker back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we are. So I give her Snapchat to him. And then you could talk about a little of what he was like saying. Like,
well, no, because he was like, he's one of those guys that talks about how much money he makes, but also how stupid he spends that money.
Okay.
yeah.
So he's just going on and on about his like family and how much money he makes. And I'm like, dude, I really don't fucking care.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Trying to impress.
Yeah.
All right.
But the main point of talking to him was to get him to come over to the house. We were gonna do this. Oh my God.
Were you gonna roll him, take
So we
his
set
fucking
him up.
wallet?
We set him up. I told him, hey, come over, let's hang out. Like, okay, let's get to know each other. So he comes over, we're just hanging out for like 10 minutes. But Kelsey and I were talking at the same time, and I was like, girl, we set this all up. She came over, and she like walks in, and we put on this face like she didn't know that he was there. And she just starts going off. Oh my God. The shit she was saying to this dude was so. Do you remember?
Yeah,
like,
I
what he
kind of
said?
do. Like, honestly, I should like win an Oscar for this performance.
Oh, yeah.
So I come in with a fake Taco Bell bag, thinking like I brought Erin Taco
Yeah.
Bell. And I open the door, and he sees me, and his eyes are like so big. And I I drop the Taco Bell bag and I go, what the fuck are you doing here? And then he's like, well,
I was invited.
Well, I was invited. I said, okay, fucking leave. And I get like, I like dog into him. I'm like, first you make an ass out of me. And now you're here with my best friend, and Erin couldn't take it. So she starts laughing, and I go, what the fuck are you laughing about? And she's like, nothing. And she like pretends to cry.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm
Nice
like,
flip.
and then he's like, and we got it all on video. Like Erin's sister's in the back, literally like this.
She's on my bed, just like.
And he's like
phone.
sitting there and he's like, well, I wasn't interested in you. And I'm like, well, no shit. And then it took a turn and then he started talking about like raping somebody.
Yeah. No,
And-
he like tried giving us examples as to why it was like okay for him to be there. And for some reason he trailed off into like this conversation about rape. And I was like,
And we
what?
all were like, yo. We were like, hold
No.
up. And then he's like, well, it's not like I raped her or something. And I was like,
Oh,
what? And we were like, what the fuck? And so then he like, he's like,
the bar.
Yeah.
That's the bar. Well,
That's
I
I
guess
think
so.
that's literally what I said. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's the bar? So then we're all like dying. Like I'm like trying to keep it in so good because I never like I don't stand up for myself with these guys. And so I'm like, all right, I'm standing up for myself this time. And so whatever. So I get done yelling at him and then he's like, all right, I'll leave.
didn't you come after him for his speech impediment too?
Not to his face, but no, someone told him that over text.
Oh, that was Bree.
Yeah.
It was Bree after he left.
Did he have like a little bit of a Shelly to it?
Yeah, it was like something. It was like really distinct, like,
It wasn't a lisp. Like he.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't like a witty
No.
either.
Yeah.
It was like a
I don't
right, like
even
wasn't it
know.
like a
Listen, guys.
like
Was it
I-
one of
it
those?
wasn't like a lisp. It was
No?
like a like he sounds like someone who would say birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Kinda
know
like
what I
Eddie.
mean? Like
Right.
words like that.
Like he's a Happy Meal short of McDonald's.
yeah, that
Yeah.
type of vibe.
Gotcha.
And so then he's like, all right, I'll leave. So then he tries to like dap up Erin's stepbrother, and Eddie just goes,
He puts his hand up, and then he's like,
yeah, and he goes, goodbye.
"Yeah, he's goodbye."
And then he never came back again, and I matched with his best friend on Tinder. And then I was like, this is a freak show. And he's from Belvedere.
Any dude from
Eh,
Belvedere's batshit crazy.
that
Any
true?
guy.
Oh,
Is it?
It's so true.
Any-
They all have like territorial, like, what's that word?
they have control issues. for
Control
sure.
issues, but what's
Obsessive.
obsessive? That's not the word though.
What other word?
You know
What's-
the
what's
one
in Belvedere that creates
Nothing.
that mindset?
money.
Is
Not
it?
even that.
I
It's
think
literally
it's
just corner. It's literally Illinois, like the
Like
suburbs of
flat
Illinois.
corn,
Flat corn
they got
trucks.
nothing better to
Yeah,
do.
nothing.
pick
No.
them up trucks.
And I
Yeah.
think it's because like their parents have a lot of money, so they probably have like a lot of like not a lot of love from them. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Is
like
there a lot of money there? I don't.
yeah,
think there
I
is.
think there is in Belvedere, right?
I'm not sure. I
I
don't go to
think-
Belvedere all that.
I think
often.
it's like ritzier than like McHenry.
I mean, it's fucking.
No, what's the word? It starts with a C. It's like not consuming. It's like not controlling. It's like along those lines. Territorial, like jealous. You know what I mean? Whatever word that is.
I know. I'm getting what you're saying, but I don't know what else
Yeah.
starts with a C. That
So
Maybe
is
it's
it
not
one
a
of those places to where if there is money, the parents don't have enough time to guide the kids? So
That's what
kids
I'm thinking.
follow this yeehaw Ford truck, white Jesus buckle 5
Yeah.
kind of mentality.
That's
And-
Erin's type, though.
Shut up.
You know, you know,
Let's not
they,
talk about that.
they're following the other race and they think they can talk that way or
Yes.
something in that fact. That drives me nuts. By the
Yeah.
way.
The white
know.
thugs.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
my type.
Yeah.
That is Kelsey's type.
Is that your type?
Could you guess?
Oh,
It
boy.
so is. My dad hates it. I told you he wants me to
Yeah.
end up with a doctor.
The tall, lanky.
We mentioned that on
Yeah.
air before, and we'll say it again. If you're a doctor or a lawyer and you are interested in meeting Kelsey, info
Yeah,
at
my girl,
21.
216creatorstudios.com.
Hit her up. Papa John would be so happy.
He
That's
would.
right.
He'd be like, "Thank God." Hey, whoever's in the comments saying "smash," thank you. Hit me up. Actually,
Nice.
Instagram at kel.b2002.
Kels meets her soulmate through a podcast.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Honestly,
I see it though.
it could happen.
It could.
Who knows?
So, okay, I have a few questions, Miss Erin.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a question. Now it's like gone. What do you look for in a friend versus what do you look for in a partner?
Ooh, this is a
Ooh.
hard thing to think about because partners, especially sexually, I feel like if you share yourself with somebody, it's a whole other deep connection than it is with friends.
Yes.
Like you know, we say some sexual shit sometimes.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I think
weirdly
our-
in love with each other, but you know,
right.
I think friend wise, I just expect people to be loyal.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it when people talk shit behind my back.
Right.
If you're not gonna say it to my face, don't say it. Like if you genuinely, if you can't bring it up to me because you're scared of how I'm gonna react, that's on you. That's showing more of their character than mine.
Right.
And I don't need that around. You know?
Yeah.
Like you don't.
Right.
You don't do that. You don't beat around the bush. If there's something upsetting you, you bring it to me right away.
Mhm.
And I've never had like a female friendship where somebody can do that.
Yeah.
Ever. And it was very like eye-opening and very refreshing to find that. And
I'm so
like
glad.
I feel I don't beat around the bush either. So that's kind of like
Right.
I never expect what I can't give. You
Yeah.
know, in any
Absolutely.
relationship. And then
Absolutely.
partner wise, same thing. I expect loyalty, but I expect more like attention from partners than I do friends. Because me and you can go talking without a month, like
Yeah.
a month without talking, and we're fine.
Yeah. No.
Like
Yeah.
because it's not that deep. Life gets complicated.
Right. Like
and-
I don't think that you're not interested in being
Yeah.
my friend just because I don't talk to you every day.
Yeah. Well, and every time we go like on a little break of not talking, I'm like, we got the tattoos. This bitch ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, gonna have to cut this off gang style.
Yep. Like another gang tat.
I got a gang tattoo when I was like extremely manic at a tattoo shop, and I didn't know it was a
Ooh.
gang tat till I got
Do we
home.
ask what gang, or is that?
I
too
have no
much on
idea. It's like a local gang, which is even worse.
Yeah, it's like a local gang
in like Fox Lake
Didn't
or
you get it in
something.
Fox Lake?
A
No, I got it
gang
in
from Fox
Michigan.
Lake?
A gang in Fox
Okay.
Lake.
So
I
not a
don't-
real gang.
Yeah,
right, it's
yeah,
not like
yeah.
Latin Kings.
Yeah,
it's not
right.
like
The Crips and stuff
Right.
like that. Like,
yeah, right.
They
Yeah.
fight on Cherrywood Lane. Right?
Yeah, right.
It's like West Side Story.
Yeah, I don't have very specifics when it comes to relationships, just because I read a vibe.
Right.
You already know this about me. Like I
Yeah.
definitely do read a vibe, and then if I don't feel that, I'm not gonna fake it. There's no,
No.
point.
Yeah, you're wasting both your times at that point.
Mhm.
But thank you. That was a wonderful answer.
I like the answer with loyalty. I like the
Yeah.
loyalty answer. I don't think you see that too often anymore. You two are definitely Gen Xers stuck in the wrong generation.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
which
We talk about
which
that a
is
lot.
which is what I love about you because I am a Gen Xer. You know, we made fun of each other for fun, and that's just the way it was. And if you got offended, then you didn't die. Nobody died from being offended.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say that
right.
all the time. And it's funny because what I find funny, you find offended. That just means I'm happier than you.
Yeah, for real.
That's just how it is.
Yep.
But loyalty is huge. So I come from a long line of Chicago Italians. I'm a South Side Italian kid. And you know, loyalty is interesting because when the shit hits the fan, you see where the loyalty really goes.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Am I bailing you out of jail or are we going together?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Kind of shit.
Exactly.
So it's one of those two. And that's usually with my friends. That was the answer. I'm like, am I coming with you or am I bailing you out? And that
Mhm.
was an actual discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then you knew how each one would, you know, if you both go in, who's bailing you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We need a third.
Right? But you know, true friends too, they're like, no matter if you did it wrong and you were in the wrong, I don't care. I'm standing by what you said to start with.
Mhm.
Because that's what you're going to say, then I'm going to do that regardless because it's you. To drop the support. Always behind the scenes is the best way to communicate that too,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like, hey, listen, I backed you on it, but
That was kind of stupid.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
What did we learn?
Like,
Right.
yeah, the constructive
Right.
criticism.
Versus the people that give the loyalty, but it's up front, but then they called out by their friend in front of the party they're
Yeah.
doing that for. And so that's the loyalty on the other side.
Yeah.
And I think that just has to do with awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you're just not aware of what you're doing in the surroundings you're doing it in. And sometimes you're not even reading the room. You know, you ever walk into a building filled with people and you think everything is going grand, but then you realize half the party wants to kill you for some reason.
Yeah,
And
we're
you
like,
didn't know.
oh.
You just weren't aware of your surroundings,
Yeah.
and what did I do? And how the hell do I get out of here?
Mhm.
Right. So loyalty is huge on the friendship list. So are you one that says in a lifetime you pretty much have enough friends that fill one hand? 5, maybe solid, true people that you can call friends, that you're like, I need you to watch whatever, my kids, or I'm gonna go do something bad. Here's money. Watch my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's that kind of loyalty is hard to find,
Mhm.
and those I don't consider friends. I consider them family. So that's in the Italian world. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what your belief is too?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Kelsey's definitely family. And I
Yeah,
think I only had
absolutely.
2 other friends, but nobody has ever come close to the loyalty, respect, or anything she has shown me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like when I was like really, really not doing well mentally, like I was like about to go into like the hospital, like Erin came and saw me, and like I called her and my friend Bree like every day when I was in the hospital. And it's like those are people that I like can be vulnerable with, and like I can be vulnerable and myself around you. Like there's not a lot of people you can like truly show your like 1000% authentic self with, and I can do that with you. And like that's like a real female friendship, know, because here's my problem with a lot of female friendships. Like me and Erin both have a lot of guy friends, because they don't beat around the bush, they're blunt with you, but like you don't have to worry about like
drama.
competition.
Nope.
Because a lot of females like in friendships want to compete, like especially you can tell a lot about your girlfriend around other guys.
Oh yeah.
Like
well, I believe that based on your raising, females make emotional decisions versus logical decisions. Not saying all females do that, but I do think that's why men and women are different, and that's why men are dumber than women, because women know how to fine tune all their emotions. Nurturing side, they create life, for crying out loud. Guys, we're just light switches, right? We said that before.
Right.
Feed us, fuck us, sleep us, whatever. We're easy. We're very readable.
Right.
So I can 100% agree with that. So you find that you have more guy friends than you do female friends. Correct?
Oh yeah. Like I feel like I even grew up like that. Like, and I have girlfriends too, but like I have like maybe like 3 like best girlfriends, or like 5, where compared to my guy friends, I have like 20 guy friends that I all just like love the same, It's just like I don't like the whole competing. I don't like when you have a girlfriend who like makes you feel like less than them, like especially around other guys.
Yeah, they feel like you can't be their equal.
Like it's like a power trip.
Yeah, it's a power trip.
Oh, one-uppers,
like,
I hate it.
I hate power trips. And it's like, and it's almost like that you shouldn't be friends. I have a question following up after this, but it's like for me, like knowing that a friendship is done, like a female friendship, is when I feel shitty about myself around you. And it's like my question to you is like, when is the cutoff for you when you know a friend's not good for you anymore?
When they are taking a big toll on my mental health.
Yeah.
So again, if they're making me feel like shit about myself, or if they're simply just putting me in a mental state that I'm not thriving.
Yeah.
Because the people that you're supposed to keep in your life, they make you want to be better. They make you want to grow instead of staying stuck and still.
Agreed.
So.
Yeah, I have a hard time, and Erin knows this, because there's plenty of guys and friends I was friends with where Erin's like, they treat you like shit. Why are you still friends with them? And it's like, I have a very hard time letting go. I want to see the best in people. I want to like cherish the good times. Like we had a friend years ago that treated me like shit from when we first were friends, and I didn't let her go till like 10 years later because I just couldn't. Like, I just couldn't. And I just was like, but we had so many good times. We were so close. Like, I still love her. And then at some point, Erin's like, dude, she does not treat you good at all.
Zero respect, zero loyalty.
And just mean.
What you're doing is you're spotlighting all the great times that you had together.
Yeah.
And thinking that's what friendship is.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a friend that betrayed you, and then later down the line you forgave them, and then turned out to be like family to you?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that?
Yeah, actually,
And
yes, I
that's
have.
That's a tough one, right? So I got
definitely
I got a
have.
quick story for you.
Yeah, please.
So in my younger years, I had a friend. We were very similar to you two. Someone at the hip lived at my house.
Yeah.
Best friend, and I was dating this girl for a while, and we went to the same school. He was a year below me, so not all the time were we 100% together or whatever. Well, one day I went to her house and saw his car there, right, and knocked on the door, pounded on the door, and I'm like, dude, I know you're here. Just open the fucking door and talk to me. You know what's going on, right? And is that bros before hoes kind of commentary?
That's bullshit. Right? No matter what dude says, I swear to God.
You know what? It hurt. It hurt,
yeah.
Right? Because you thought that this one, she was solid relationship with you, and what she saw in your friend versus you, or whatever the case may have been. So I left, and then the next day had a conversation with them, and was like, listen, man, we're done. I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, I mean, dude, you my mom fed you. I mean, you lived at my house.
Yeah.
And then about a year down the line, he was miserable, like suicidal, because of it. You're like, yep, and valid. Here's 2 aspirin and a Rayquaza and a hot bag. Came back to me, apologized. She was no longer in my life, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, man. He's like, what I did was wrong. And I don't know how else I would ever make it up to you, but that was a really dumb mistake. Hopefully you can get it to forgive me. And I did.
Yeah.
And we moved forward to where, godfathers to his kids. And, we're, he's been married and divorced since. Obviously, there's a pattern there. Right?
Yeah.
But, never broke my trust again. So is it possible to miss opportunities for letting somebody go? But they have to make that move to want to ask for that forgiveness, right?
Right.
Yeah.
To like show change, in their behavior.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to take that distance apart because it gives people that what I had was a lot better than what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives them that realization and they grow and change. People do change. I do believe that.
I think so too.
I believe in second chances.
I believe they change, but I also believe that your perception of people change.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Their kids is 2-way street.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, I think that particular person that we were talking about, I forgave too many times. Like one time in middle school, do you know this story? She pinned me down and put glue all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like
Poor little Kels is just being pinned down by this.
Literally.
Like this girl is like She-Hulk. Okay.
Yeah. She-Hulk.
I swear to God,
Dude.
she's got this fucking strength that you would not expect.
Yeah.
And she's just pinning this girl down, putting glue on her face. Like, girl.
Literally glue all over my arms. I'm pretty sure on my face. Like she tripped me into like a cabinet. Like, and it takes a lot for me to yell. I fucking blew. I literally was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're such a bitch. Like, I freaked out because, and I have eczema. I have really sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
My skin like broke out in hives.
Yeah.
And I was like itching and crying. And I was like, and I forgave her then. And she, like, even later in high school, I was in love with this guy. And yeah, I like found out that they hung out. He like broke contact with me and she's like, I have to tell you something. And she hung out with him. And I was like, get out of my face. I was like, don't talk to me. And then she's like, no, Kelsey, I'm so sorry. Like, and I was like, no, don't talk to me. And my teacher behind us, she was like, she comes up to me and she's like, I don't know what's going on, Kelsey, but I just want you to know, like, you deserve to be a leading lady in your own story.
That's right.
And I took that with me my entire life.
That's huge. I love
and
that.
Yeah, and she's like, all I know is you don't deserve to be like the second choice. And this girl, the She-Hulk, she did this to me constantly. Like every guy I talked to, she had to talk to him too.
That woman thing, that power.
Yes, like she almost had to be like, I can get him and you can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, girl, I already had him. You want my seconds, girl?
Take him. You're not taking my man.
How's that
my
taste?
problem.
Yeah, for real. Like, please take him. And it's just like friends like that. That's how I knew, like, you can only forgive somebody so many times.
Yeah.
And it's like people fuck up or be like, hey, this hurt my feelings. And the other person be like, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. But it's like her, it's like she never got it.
She never
She never changed. Yeah. She just kind of like appeased me
It's
for the
that
time, and
half-assed
then
apology, and then it's the continuation of those
like bad behavior.
Yeah, so it's just manipulation at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah. So it's like it just happens.
Manipulation and intimidation are two of the biggest no-nos, man, in my book, especially when it comes to narcissism.
Yeah.
You see that.
I'm well aware with that one.
I cannot deal with that at all, ever. You hear me say, "Oh, you're kind of a big deal," because I got that from this older guy who I was working with, and he came to me and was like, "Drew, I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal." And I'm like, you realize you just said that shit out loud, right?
I think I've actually also said that to somebody, but it's like I'm joking, like I'm not serious.
Yeah, but that's the fuck.
Oh, he was serious.
He was serious, and so I did my homework. Listen, I own 3 companies.
Right.
I do my homework. I'm not dumb.
Right.
And then I realized his business is run out of expedited housing that the government owns. He has no employees and has made no money in the last 5 years.
Oh, he's
so
a
big deal.
Yeah.
So every time I saw him moving forward, I was like, "Hey, big deal. How's that going over there? Government take your house yet, or what are you doing?" You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I had a friend. Another story on that. A friend that I let go forever. Went too many times, right? And it was always with the girls that I was dating. And because we were so close, and listen, when you're bonded in the Italian world, it's like, it's that, she doesn't matter, we're family, blah, blah, blah. Right. And then after a while, I was like, well, that's bullshit. Where's yours? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, we were at the pool in this neighborhood, kind of like a condo complex.
Yeah.
So it was like a public pool, but private to the complex.
Yeah.
And I had this other girl I was dating. She was with me there. And my buddy, we won't throw out his real name, Joe. He takes her to the condo where our friend was, where his mom owned it, right? And she was gone. She was at work. And he's like, "Hey, we're going to go pick a pack of smoke stuff from the 7-Eleven or whatever," right? Well, they were walking the wrong way. And I was like, "Why are you going with her, number one? She doesn't belong to you, right? Or doesn't belong to me either, but still,
right.
She's with you." And we were going the wrong way. So I'm like, this is already looking bad, right? So I'm talking to my other friends. I'm like, I'm going to give it 10 minutes and I'm just going to walk over there and see what's going on, right? Catch them, whatever. I already knew.
Yeah.
And so as I'm walking there, they're walking out of the condo and she's got a money shot all over her shirt, right? And they're trying to play it off. Like, "Oh, we forgot.
I had yogurt.
I had smokes over here and blah, blah, blah." And I looked at her and I'm like, first of all, learn to keep it in your mouth.
Ooh.
Secondly, I looked at him. I'm like, "We're fucking done." And he was like, "Try calling me the next day or whatever," and explain himself. I'm like, "Listen, dude, we're good. That's it. We're done. Just let it go." And he got butthurt forever. And then, eventually he moved on. I don't wish him bad in his life.
Right.
Life's too short to do that. I've learned that as I've gotten older, to let shit go off my own shoulders.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm vindictive. If I find you're on my list and then 5 years, 10 years, 20 years go down the line and I find an opportunity, I'm like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One thing about me is I'm doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that person's in a wheelchair now. I'm like, sucks to be them. They didn't seem to care when I had problems, right? But yeah, so I get it. They come and they go, but when you find that a trio like you two and the bonding relationship, you gotta. Do you guys ever get mad at each other? You ever I'm sure you do. You're probably not going to say it because
I feel like I don't get mad, but we get to a point when we spend
too much
time together and we take a mutual break.
We start to not yell at each other, but
just
we
like
start to bicker like sisters.
Get aggravated with
and we start to get like bickery, or we start to
tears.
We also got to that point in the friendship where we can be honest with each other, like, "Hey, I need to take a week." Hey, I need to take some time.
Be like, "Hey, I'm not doing good. Sorry, I haven't communicated."
Yeah, it's not that personal. It's really not.
And I feel like when we bicker at each other, it's when we're both not doing good mentally.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like she did something that pissed me off or I did something that pissed her off. It was just that we're having a moment and this person just happened to be there at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And so like there are times like just recently we took a break because I was super depressed. I wasn't seeing anybody. And she's like, hey, you haven't come over or like talk to me. What's going on? I was like, I wasn't doing good. I'm sorry. And like vice versa, you know?
Yeah, I was in the same boat she was. So
and I was like bickering at everybody at that time. It's like I wasn't good and I didn't want to take it out on anyone.
And it could be on you, right? It's
and
your
it was
mindset.
on me.
Right.
So I was just like, we took a break and now the past like 2-3 weekends we've been hanging out.
Yeah.
Like,
that's awesome.
So, and like Erin said, like we communicate, like we've been like besties for like 3 years now. Oh, I guess like 4.
What year is it? Oh yeah, 2020. yeah, it
was like 2020 when we got pretty close.
Yeah.
So like it's been like 4 years and like we're good, like
that's cool.
And we've survived the friend group. Our friend group's atrocious. You know what? I'm calling their asses out right now. They suck. Like, I love them and I hate them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, we had this moment where everybody was like kind of like
just aggravated.
Everybody
had beef with somebody.
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
That wasn't the direction I was going. I was going to talk about we all just kind of like fucked each other at one point. Like, not like an orgy.
No,
It was just like we all had relations. Like, it wasn't always sex. Like, it was just like
downhill because there's certain people fucking each other, and
then they like would go to the other person, and then it was
rotate.
Just like,
right?
It was just
who rotated. What?
I guess nobody really rotated. I take that
okay.
back.
No.
It wasn't really rotate. It was
I
just
retract
more.
my statement.
I mean, some of the dudes wish they rotated.
Yeah. But
that's-
they didn't really. But it was just more of like we would all have like.
I know who rotated.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god! He said his name. That's hilarious.
Are we gonna out it?
He knows he did. He brags about it.
This is true.
So,
He rotated like 3 times over, but the thing is, like, we all just kind of like had relations or a crush on each other, so it was very like
weird.
It was just really a lot of drama and trouble all the time. And then now that we all are either in a relationship and we're not in that boat, it kind of died off because now it's like there's no drama. It's just like
nobody really cares to connect anymore.
It just fell off.
Yeah.
But you know what? It needed to. That friend group needed to die. There's definitely
bad blood between some people.
Oh, absolutely.
I ain't got no bad blood though.
Yeah.
No, I just don't even care enough anymore. It's just like I am friends who I'm friends with, and I'm not who I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, but I can be civil. The difference with me is like I can, and like with other people in the group too, like we can all be in the room together. I just might not connect with you, or I might not say anything. But it's like I'm not like across the room.
Right.
Like,
see, I'm not gonna be up in your face like a bitch. I'm just not gonna talk to you.
Yeah, same.
Like I steer clear of you.
Right.
Why would I talk to you? Why would I give you?
You just move on. Yeah, we're done.
No, there's no bad blood. I'm not gonna start shit. Like,
there's no reason to.
It's just we're not friends, and that's
we're not friends.
And if you got a network group or a friend group, that circle or that clique of friends, if it's a train wreck, sometimes you can't clean up the train wreck. You just got to walk away from the train wreck.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just do it. It sounds like everybody kind of did that, right?
Yeah. We all just kind of like went our separate ways.
Yeah. It was definitely a mutual.
Yeah. But then there'll be like someone's birthday. And then it just like
all of us are together.
Like all together, we're like, doo, 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 like, and we just all just like get super drunk and like hang out and blast music. And
do you guys have one of those friends that they know they're an idiot, you know they're an idiot, but they're gonna always be your friend?
Yes,
because they're your idiot, right?
He's my family too.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I slept with him, not your brother. No.
This show just turned for the weirdest.
The guy I had relations with in our friend group. How are you blinking right now?
I don't know how. Oh, okay.
With a lesbian haircut?
Yeah. He's stupid, but
he's already it. Like that's exactly who I thought of as soon as Drew said that. I was like, oh.
We're just gonna know him as the lesbian haircut. That's all.
I like want to have him on.
Have him on.
Like, and he wants to come on, but like
he'd be like.
Yeah.
Listen, we can do 4 mics up on table.
Yeah.
And you guys can go ballistic.
Exactly. I think we should. I told him to be on, and he's like, oh no, man.
If it was just him, maybe not. But I feel like
if there was more people,
he'll want to blend in or try.
No, he's too attracted to me. It was funny. So we were at Erin's last week. Yeah, we were at Erin's
Uh.
last weekend, and we were in her kitchen, and they were cooking, so it was like really hot. I was like, man, I could just get naked. And I look at him, I go, you give him flashbacks? And then her sister goes, last night we let the liquor talk. And he was like, shut up. I'm like, you know you are, boy. And it was so funny. And then Erin's mom's like, what are we having flashbacks about? I'm like, Dawn, come on now. You know.
Catch up.
Yeah.
She knows.
You know what, people? I think
Yeah.
it's time to cut it.
It might be time to wrap it up.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to 216 Creator Studios. The show will be up probably tonight, right? We missed a week.
Yeah, you got to send me over all the data,
Yeah.
and then I can push it out whenever you want me
Perfect.
to. Sure.
So thank you, Erin, so much for being on. All right. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, folks.